Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got some done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May, maybe right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was going to say, I am getting up there in age, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step back, knowing that it's...
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to have you all here. Today we're going to talk about Tether, the USDT token, the one that is supposed to be one-to-one with the US dollar. Another thing that I wanted to address before we get started is that 90% of people have not yet subscribed to the channel. And although you guys do have a huge retention rate and you are watching these videos, I would appreciate if you also subscribe to the channel, as we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. It truly does help the channel grow, and you know, it helps me as well as an individual. So I appreciate you all coming and grabbing this knowledge. I would also appreciate just a like to help out the channel as I give you the information that you so desperately need. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the USDT Tether token. So I did a lot of research on Tether. And the reason why is because I have a friend who is so invested in the crypto space, and he'll actually be here in one of our videos very soon to talk about the Flare coin. And so before we get started, I do want to say that I am not your financial advisor, and that you should not take advice from an average guy on YouTube. Please only use this for entertainment purposes only, and understand that everything that I say is what I believe for myself, and you have to do your own research and due diligence in order to be accurate in your assessment of investments of any kind. With that being said, I was on the fence about Tether, still am, just because of the crypto space as a whole. And I want to give you a few reasons to back that up. Well, one, crypto is used for a lot of money laundering. It is not a place where, you know, good people go to do good things. It is typically a place where bad people go to do bad things and investors go to potentially make some money. But there are scammers like BitConnect, where people have lost hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. These scammers created a Ponzi scheme, and a Ponzi scheme simply means you buy into something, and in order to continue to make money, you have to get other people to buy into it as well. And because other people are buying into it, you then make a profit off of them. So the person at the top has profit coming in from this person, has profit coming in from that person, has profit coming in from that person. And so you can see that the cycle is the ones at the top get the most money versus the ones at the bottom get nothing. And so a Ponzi scheme is good, especially in the beginning, because those at the very top make the most money. But as it continues to grow, what happens is that those at the bottom have less and less people to recruit in. And once there is no one else to recruit, there's no more money to be made, because the business was made off of false premises. False premises that they would continue to be good, that they would continue to have growth, that they would continue to sustain, that they actually had a profitable business model to begin with, right? And so the truth is that there was no business model, and that they were only looking at getting money from those who were already within their ecosystem. You were their money, and they were happy to take it from you once the well ran dry. So with that being said, how do I look at Tether? Do I look at it in the same light? Not necessarily, no. But there were a lot of lies that were made with Tether that were debunked, especially with the U.S. government looking into Tether and the federal government looking into Tether. So a few things that I wanted to state was that Tether stated that they were backed one-to-one with the dollar, which is not a true statement. A truer statement would be that Tether claims to be backed 1-to-1 with the dollar and other currencies. Tether was originally sued for this, and they did lose that lawsuit. I believe they spent over $18 million on the fees and for the cost in order to stay in business. Tether was then sued again later on for something much bigger, and that was for about $43 million. Tether, however, in 2023, I believe, made over $4 to $6 billion in the stock, in the crypto market, I should say. And so Tether has been able to sustain themselves. They use 60% of all the assets, and they keep it there just in case people want to take their money out, in case people want to do anything. Now, there was a point in time where Tether was actually under $1, which means they weren't backed 1-to-1 with the dollar. And that time was when people had lost faith in Tether because of Bitfinex. And Bitfinex was associated with Tether at the time. Tether had slipped from $1 to only being 83 cents, which means for every US dollar, Tether was backed 83 cents to $1. Because of this, Tether quickly had to course correct. They had to dip into reserves in order to make up the difference, to where Tether was now backed 1-to-1 with the dollar. And this was interesting, to say the least, because now you're looking at a coin that, or a company, I should say, that puts their pride on the line and says, we will pay anything that we need to pay in order to remain backed 1-to-1 with the US dollar. And so because of this, a lot of traders are able to leave the market, hop into Tether, keep their money at US currency so it's not going up and it's not going down in value. And then when they're ready to trade again, they're easily able to trade without the concern that they may lose their assets, that they may lose their money. And so this is very important because it now allows people to just really trade at the speed of light without necessarily needing to rely on US banking systems. And so Tether was essential for ecosystem to really thrive and survive, as it is now the new standard of the US dollar. Now, may it actually replace the US dollar? Well, that is their goal, I would assume, right? Is to actually replace the US dollar in its totality by simply being backed 1-to-1 with the US dollar. My opinions on Tether is that they've put way too much money into this to be considered a Ponzi scheme of any kind. Do they rely on money in order to function? Of course, every business does. However, at the same time, I do want to preface that although they are working with the federal government, I still am skeptical. I am very skeptical still. And because Tether is not necessarily an investment, I don't necessarily see why I would need to put my money into Tether at this time, whereas it is backed 1-to-1 with the dollar if I keep it in USD and not USDT. And so overall, I would say I'm still skeptical, but Tether has proven, unlike most cryptocurrencies, to actually have a basis to stand on. They've dumped their own money into it. They've paid all their legal fees and fines. They continue to work with the government in order to assure them that they will do things properly and reach resolution agreements. And so Tether has just taken the world by storm. It's been around for over 4 years now, and it's still going strong. So if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You know I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube and on Rumble, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.